Well, if your idea of a good time is taking your vehicle off-road, towing a huge load of stuff, or carrying around 7 or 8 of your friends, then nothing beats a full-size SUV, and that's exactly what I have here today. This is the all-new 2018 Ford Expedition, and yes, you've seen it here on this channel before, but not in this exact trim line. This is the Max Edition, which is Ford speak for long wheelbase, and as you can see, yeah, it's gigantic. It's also the Platinum model, which is the top trim line, so not only is this thing huge and capable, but very, very well appointed. What do you think of the styling? I'm a big fan of this new design. It's crisp, it's clean, it's menacing and gigantic, but I think with these nice character lines, it really rounds out the vehicle. Also a big fan of these standard 22-inch wheels on the Platinum model, and I love this gray metallic paint. Also like those big, bold LED headlights, but of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you'll make up your mind on that. Well, this week I put some crazy mileage on this car, well over 800 kilometers, and the reason for that is I went up to my cottage and opened it for the summer. So I had a really good test for this car. I had downtown driving, highway driving, narrow, windy, twisty country road, and then finally some light off-roading, some narrow 2-track through the heart of the forest in northern Ontario. So I've really put it through its paces, and I gotta tell you, I'm surprised. It's really exceeded my expectations in many respects. So we're gonna talk about that stuff, of course, but as usual, I wanna start in the interior where this is a pretty comfortable place to be. So what is this vehicle? Well, it's a gigantic, full-size, 8-passenger, if you equip it that way, SUV that's meant to tow, that's meant to haul, that's meant to be rugged, and that's just meant to be a real badass vehicle. Now, this is shared with the F-150. Basically, the front 2/3 is an F-150 pickup truck. It's also a shared platform with the Lincoln Navigator. So what's the differences high level between the Navigator and the Expedition? Well, basically luxury. You're going to get inside of that Navigator and it's a lot more luxurious. It's got a different center stack, a mix of materials and design and a bigger screen and all that. Driving it down the road, it's more softly sprung, a little bit just more luxurious, more wafting, whereas you'll recognize this interior straight out of the F-150 pickup truck. So very, very utilitarian, very functional. Lots of hard plastics on the upper surfaces. Those are going to wear well. Lots of big chunky knobs. All of these buttons you can use with gloves on. We've got all the bells and whistles on this Platinum Edition Expedition, including heated, ventilated, and massage seats, which are super comfortable, very wide, just the right level of support for a vehicle like this, and tons of adjustability. We've also got an adjustable foot pedal box, so it'll move the pedals fore and aft, which is great if you have long legs like I do. Also, electrically adjustable steering column, so if you're a tall guy, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 6 whatever, you're gonna have tons of space. I love getting into vehicles like that for that reason. This Expedition also comes with Sync 3, which is Ford's most current infotainment system. It's a decent system, it works well enough, pretty simplistic looking. I'm not a huge fan of the design. However, it does the trick and the audio commands work really great. It's got standard Bluetooth connectivity and a Wi-Fi hotspot, which we've been using this week. So you can stream all of your Motormouth videos on your cell phone or your tablet in the back thanks to your Wi-Fi hookup. Also in the back, if you get bored of watching Motormouth on your iPhone, you can just use the 2 screens that are mounted into the headrest. So this is equipped with a rear seat entertainment package available on the Platinum model, which is a nice little feature, especially if you have kids. As you'd expect on a vehicle in this price range, we've got some great safety features, including lane departure assist. We've got collision mitigation systems and radar guided cruise control, which works very well. I've used it a lot this week and it's very human-like. Also a B&O audio system. This is a great sound system. I liked it in the F-150. I like it here in this Expedition. It's got really nice bass, really nice mid, and it's not muddied at all. It's just a great all-around system for you audiophiles out there. This Expedition is powered by a robust 3.5 liter V6 engine. That's an EcoBoost model that you're going to find in other Ford vehicles like the F-150 and even, if you can believe it or not, some shared components with the GT supercar. Now, in this application, tuned very differently, that much is obvious. 375 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque in the base Expedition. I've got the Platinum trim, which means due to a software tune and the addition of premium fuel, I'm playing with 400 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. And let me tell you, that comes on like a freight train. This thing has some serious stump-pulling power. I think the best way to describe it is thrust. It doesn't have the burble of a V8. Some people are going to miss that. And it doesn't quite snap your head back, if you know what I mean, but it has tons of torque down low and it comes on very predictably in a manageable way, and it moves this 5,700 pound plus vehicle in a hurry in a way that's frankly quite surprising. Now let's talk a little bit about this transmission. It's a new 10-speed unit that was first seen in the F-150 pickup truck. Now it's here in the Expedition, and it's a good one. Very, very smooth shifting, very capable, definitely tuned towards economy, which is not a bad thing necessarily. You can select your drive mode here and put it into sport, and it'll hang on to those gears a lot longer to keep you up in the beefy end of the power range. But in just normal day-to-day activity, whether you're just noodling around town or you're on the highway, overtaking maneuvers, it's very capable. It downshifts multiple gears quickly. There's no thud when it does that, and it just gets up and goes and gets out of your way. And I'm really surprised, and the whole package comes together in a really seamless, well-integrated way. Most of this week I've been trying to eke out extra fuel economy, so I've used the drive selector to place it into eco mode. And like most eco modes, it's going to really take the life out of the vehicle. It softens that throttle response. It lightens up everything. It's trying to maximize your fuel economy settings, which is one of the big benefits of this vehicle with the 10-speed transmission and the 3.5 liter EcoBoost over outgoing models and most of the other full-size competition. However, it's a drive selector. You've got lots of options. So whether you're towing a boat or whether you want to have a little bit of fun and put it into sport mode like I'm going to do right now, you can select the character of this vehicle. Now, when you're in sport mode, this vehicle gets really aggressive with the transmission. It holds gears for a long time. It wants to keep it right in that power band. It also is going to give you a stiffer sort of steering feel. It's going to add more weight, and it's going to make that throttle pedal very lively. When you do that, this thing really turns in to a completely different vehicle. So no more am I concerned about eking out fuel economy. I want max performance. And I get it, guys. This is a really big, really heavy vehicle that's not meant for this type of work. But I'm going to make an argument right now, and bear with me. We are in a real golden age of vehicles where compromise is slowly being worked out of the equation. And here's why I think that. This is a huge vehicle, right? I've just been talking about power figures and towing capacities and the fact that this is ginormous. It's 18.5 feet long. I am sitting in a vehicle that's that big, but I'm getting my rear end massaged and cooled right now, okay? We can watch TV in the back, and I'm going 80, 90, 100 kilometers per hour on a twisty back road. And once you get over a little bit of body roll, and once the suspension squats down, it handles wonderfully, and it's quiet, and it's composed, and it has road manners. And I can't believe I'm saying this about this type of car, this mass and capability, but it kind of shrinks around you once you get on an open road like this, and it is kind of fun. There's so much room in the back of this Expedition, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here, other than to say that even the third row of seats is comfortable for tall adults. Open up the trunk of your extended wheelbase Expedition and you'll find more than 1,000 liters of cargo capacity behind the third row of seats. That's pretty insane. The only issue I have with this is the liftover height is very high, which is going to cause problems for some drivers. My demonstrator is equipped with a third row that raises and lowers via a switch, and every Expedition comes with this additional storage rack, or is it tray, table, whatever. I can see this definitely allowing you to maximize space back here. The second row is easily moved forward and stowed flat with the push of a button, exposing a grand total of 3,440 liters of cargo capacity. Yes, it totally passes the ever-critical laydown test. All Expeditions come standard with all-wheel drive in Canada, and it can be equipped with an optional Pro Trailer Backup Assist program. Now, if you spend any amount of time towing a large trailer, perhaps a boat, this is really an amazing piece of technology. It works just like an auto parallel parking system, but considers the opposite motions required to move a trailer into place. This could definitely help avoid some embarrassment this summer at the marina. Pricing for this 2018 Expedition starts at just over $60,000. That's for the base model standard wheelbase configuration. If you need that extra 9 inches of wheelbase, you've got to upgrade into the Max, and that starts at $76,000. And this, the granddaddy here, this is the Max Platinum. It's fully loaded with tow packages and everything else under the sun. Retails for just over $91,000, including a few fees, but excluding your local sales taxes. So this is an expensive vehicle. And is it worth it? Well, let me say this. No one's ever surprised at how capable these vehicles are. After all, that's what we've come to expect from these big, rugged, body-on-frame SUVs. But what will surprise you is just how civilized this car is day to day around town or driving on the highway. It's quiet, it's comfortable. In this Platinum trim, it's very well equipped with a lot of really nice features, but it does all of that while being able to tow a crazy amount and carry 7 or 8 people around and give you that off-road capability that you expect. High points for me, the transmission and engine combination. It's a downsized turbocharged V6 engine with tons of power, especially in this uprated Platinum trim line. It can tow, it can give you that grunt that you expect out of a big V8, but it's doing so with much better mileage. In fact, I finished my week well over 800 kilometers, averaging 12.6 liters per 100K. So that is really a breakthrough. Helping that, of course, is a great 10-speed transmission. I've driven it in the F-150 pickup truck and I was impressed there. And again, we've got a winner on our hands. Fuel economy, power, capability, comfort, luxury. That is all you could ever ask for in a vehicle like this, and it's worth every single dollar. If you need the scale, if you need the ability, and you've got some money to spend, hard to beat this Ford Expedition. For Motormouth, my name's Mike Gurr. Thanks for watching.